They laughed at me when I stumbled, tossed rejection letters like confetti, and watched my wallet stay empty. But every no became my fuel. Growing up in the tough streets of Philadelphia, I learned that failure isn't the end. It's just a stepping stone. I turned pain into punchlines, and every setback into a comeback. This journey taught me resilience, and now, when I step on that stage, I'm not just performing. I'm sharing a piece of my soul. I'm living proof that you can rise from the ashes and make them laugh with you, not at you. Growing up in North Philly, life wasn't about dreams. It was about survival. My dad was in and out of jail, lost in his own battles, while my mom, Nancy, held it all together. School was tough, but I found my escape in laughter. Making people laugh became my superpower. It was my way of helping them forget their struggles, even if just for a moment. I realized that when you've got empty pockets, your imagination is your richest resource. I learned early on that humor could light up the darkest days. After high school, I thought selling shoes was my path. But every time I laced up those sneakers, my heart was on stage, craving the spotlight. I bombed more times than I can count. People booing, crickets chirping. There were nights I felt like giving up, thinking maybe I just wasn't funny. But here's the thing. It's not the applause that makes you a star. It's those tough nights when you bomb and still come back for more. Each laugh, each boo, it's all part of the journey. I'm not here for the easy laughs. I'm here to find my voice, one joke at a time. I spent countless nights in my tiny apartment, surrounded by old comedy tapes, studying legends like Eddie Murphy and Chris Rock. Instead of giving up, I rewrote my material, refining my style. I learned to embrace my height and my life experiences, turning what some saw as weaknesses into my greatest strengths. I started winning small competitions, and those little victories led to TV roles. Hollywood didn't believe in me at first, but I kept pushing. What others laughed at, I turned into the reason they laughed with me. Comedy became my weapon, and I was ready to take on the world. There was a time when I was living paycheck to paycheck, just trying to make ends meet. I remember those days vividly, counting every dollar, wondering if I'd have enough for rent or groceries. But then, everything changed. My big break came with movies like Think Like a Man and Ride Along. Suddenly, I was in the spotlight and my comedy tours started selling out all over the world. Felt surreal. One moment I was struggling and the next, I was one of the highest paid comedians in the world. But let me tell you, success doesn't come without its challenges. Just when you think you've made it, life throws curveballs your way. I faced cheating scandals that rocked my personal life. I had injuries that sidelined me when I was at my peak. And then, there was that near-fatal car accident in 2019. I remember waking up in the hospital, feeling like I had been given a second chance. It was a wake-up call, a reminder that life is unpredictable. People often think that once you reach a certain level of success, everything gets easier. But the truth is, life doesn't stop testing you when you win. It tests you harder. Each challenge I faced was a reminder that resilience is key. It's about how you respond to adversity that defines you. Through all the ups and downs, I found my secret weapon: laughter. It's not just about making others laugh. It's about finding humor in your own struggles. I learned to laugh at myself, to find joy even in the darkest moments. That's what kept me moving forward. Every setback became a setup for a comeback. I realized that the road to success is paved with obstacles, but it's how you navigate those obstacles that truly matters. I kept pushing, kept performing, and kept sharing my story. So when life throws its punches, I choose to laugh. I choose to keep moving forward. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about the success you achieve. It's about the journey you take to get there. And if you can find joy in that journey, then you've truly won. Kevin Hart's journey is a masterclass in resilience and hard work. He didn't come from privilege. He started with challenges that could have easily held him back. But he chose to turn his pain into punchlines, using every setback as fuel for his comedy. Every time he steps on stage, he's not just performing, he's sharing a piece of himself. He teaches young comedians that the grind never stops. It's about honing your craft day in and day out. You can't rely on motivation alone. Discipline is what keeps you going. When the excitement fades in the gym, he pushes himself to the limit, not just for physical strength, but to build mental toughness. He believes that every rep, every drop of sweat is a step closer to greatness. It's a reminder that success isn't handed to you, it's earned through relentless effort and dedication. Kevin's story proves that while you can't choose where you start, you absolutely can choose where you finish. So keep working, keep laughing, and remember your struggles can become your greatest material. Embrace them and let them propel you forward. From the streets of Philly to this very stage, my journey has been anything but easy. I faced doubt, I felt broken, but I've learned something powerful. It's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. So I show up, armed with courage, faith, and a whole lot of laughter. Remember, no stage is too big if you own your story. Your struggles? They're just the beginning. Keep that mic in your hand. Your best performance is yet to come.